Hi everyone, this is Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. Welcome. Today we're going to start a brand new series of cards, a brand new series of videos about cards that I am dubbing the 12 Days of Christmas Cards. I'm going to be going through at least 12. I might throw a few extras in there, but I'm going to be going through and making for you and showing you how to make 12 cards that come from the Cricut Projects area of Design Space. A lot of people don't know what projects or what the projects area is, but it's really a fun place. It's a great place for inspiration. So I wanted to show you where you can access literally hundreds of design projects and bring them into Design Space, create and make changes on your own, and then cut them out and make some pretty wonderful cards. So today we're making this card. It's called the Merry and Bright card, and it's just a fun project. You can do it in traditional red and green colors, and I did also in this pink and blue. But I think what I like most about this card is that it uses the pens that we often collect, whether we get them in the mystery boxes or we just happen to buy them. And I just love that it does the pens, and it connects all of the what are those, C4, C8? I don't know what they're called, the traditional old Christmas string lights. So let me show you where you are going to get this file. You're going to come up here, I'm going to point to it up here on your Design Space. I'm in the canvas, so right here it says projects. So we're going to go there first, and there are a lot of categories and a lot of projects. You could be scrolling forever looking for this card, and believe me, I have tried doing that, trying to go back finding things. But the easy thing about this is that on the top right hand side, it's just outside of the frame of the camera, but there's a category drop down box, and you can choose all these different categories. In this one I chose Christmas, and you can also put in a search term. And in this case, I know the card is called Merry and Bright, and so I put in the word Merry, and there you go. Here's our project right here. You can favorite these projects too. There's a little star, and if you click on them, it favorites them. And that way, when you come back to the projects area, you can do the drop down box and choose my favorites. And here's just a few of my favorites that I've chosen. Some of these are cards that we're going to be making in the future. So once you find a project that you like, in this case, this one here, you're going to click on it, and you'll see you have two choices. You have a choice of customize and make it. Well, if you wanted to just make it, you could just hit the green make it button. I always go to customize because it never fails that I want to change something when I'm doing a project. I have to personalize it, make it my own. So I always choose customize, and then so I just choose customize, and it would bring it back to my screen. But let's pretend we've done that, and here is the project. It consists of 4 paper cuts. This is the outside layer. This is the one that already has like the pen work on it, but this is the inside layer, and what I've done is I've attached some text to that inside layer. Do you know how to do that? It's pretty simple. You're going to create a text box, which you just hit text here, and you're going to type in whatever message you want, and then you manipulate whatever the text is, and you switch it over to a writing style. Once you have it on the writing style, and you have it the way you want it to look, you're going to simply move it up to the card wherever you want to to put it. Some people put it in the middle. I kind of have a tendency to put it up a little higher because then I write stuff in the bottom. So I have my text box, and I'm going to select both the card base and the text box, and I'm going to attach it like that. And this is very simple, but when you go through the process of making it, you're going to see, this is the first one that has the pen, but let's go to our fourth page. That's the base card, and there is my text, or my greeting, my sentiment, whatever you want to call it, right there, and ready to be, in addition to being cut, it's right there to be scored, as well as to be written with a Cricut pen. I'm going to show you how this happens with your machine. Actually, I'm going to go back to the first page because I just think it's a better illustration of how you do scoring and then writing and then cutting. Okay, so I've chosen this. I'm going to go through the process of scoring and writing and then cutting. The first page, I choose my material, which is medium cardstock. And I wanted to point out here something. I have a maker, so immediately the machine knows that I have a maker and the scoring wheel and asks for the scoring wheel. But if you don't have a maker, or if you don't yet have the scoring wheel, but you do have this, where is it? Here it is. It's called a Cricut scoring stylus. It's a little different than the wheel. It goes into the clamp on the left hand side of your machine. It's called the A clamp, and it goes in there. That's fine. It's okay to use that scoring wheel. So I'm sorry, the scoring stylus. So let me show you how to change that so your machine knows. Okay, you're just simply going to choose Edit Tools, and instead of scoring wheel, you're going to choose scoring stylus, and then all of a sudden you'll see here that it's a scoring stylus, and it also says down here, just so you know, that we need to add a pen. This is the way the machine, the order in which the machine does the project. It always does scoring first, then it does the writing, and then finally it does the cutting. So you need to make sure that the stylus is in your machine first. Don't put your pen in there first, because you'll end up with, instead of a scored paper, you'll end up with a you'll end up with a big line down the middle of your page, and you won't be happy with that. So I'm going ahead and I'm getting the scoring done, and then I'm going to move my screen so you can see how it does the writing and then finally the cutting. So it's doing the scoring now. Let me move it over here so you can see. So it's done the scoring. I'm going to take it out and plop in my pen and hit go, and then it's going to go and do the writing. See how much fun? It's going to do all the writing first. And this is kind of an important point, because if you mess up and you put the scoring, or you forget to put the pen in or whatever, once it's done with the writing, then it's going to go directly into the cutting aspect. So oftentimes, you know, I'm in a rush and I forget to put the pen in, or I forget to swap out the scoring stylus, and that leads to a mess that I have to recreate. So at this point, when you're doing this, you do have to pay a little bit of attention to what you're doing. You can't be rushing around and not. So see, it's done with the pen work, and now it's going to be doing the cut work, which, here we go, it's starting to do the cut work. So much fun. I love these machines. They're so much fun to play with and work with. And while it's doing the cutting, let me just show you one more thing about these cards. So again, there's 4 cuts. You have an interior piece and you have the exterior piece, and then you make a sandwich with your two other cuts. Okay, so here's my cutout and written exterior piece. Here's my interior piece. What you're going to focus on when you're putting this together after you've cut out all 4 layers is you're going to take and put your glue on the underside of the back side of the front and attach the first layer there, lining it up so you don't see how it just cuts out enough to have the little, I don't know what you call those little filaments, I guess, filaments from the old school string lights. So you're going to glue that on, and then you're going to take the green piece or whatever color you choose, and you're going to line that up and put the glue on there. And in this case, it cuts out these 3, leaving the green for 2 of the strings. And then here is our internal piece, the red, and I'm trying to sort of line this up, but that you get the idea, right? And then in this particular one, I did put text in there, but you can easily have the text in there, and you're done. That is your Merry and Bright card. Isn't that fun? And you know, you get to choose what colors you wanna pick. I love the silver with the blue and pink, but you could get all traditional and do the gold with the red and green. It's up to you. That's what's so much fun about working with Cricut. You get to put your little personalized touches on these projects and really make them your own. That's what I love about being creative, is adding those touches that really make them your own. So that's it. That's it for today. This is our first of, I hope, many cards and card videos that I'm going to make for you in our 12 Days of Christmas Cards series. My name is Rita, and this is my channel, Miss Rita to the Rescue. If you're watching me on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel and make sure that you're receiving notifications. This really helps me. It helps me to bring you this content by having subscribers. If you're watching me on Facebook, please go over and like my Facebook page, Miss Rita to the Rescue. And again, also helps me to know what kind of content you're looking for, and also what kind of what kind of things I should be focusing on. So thanks so much for coming today. We'll see you again really soon on the Miss Rita to the Rescue channel.